Hi, today I'll be coding a solution to this challenge I launched earlier, and which asks to get this result using a single HTML element, no JS, no SVG, no images, in general, save for at most 5 CSS gradients, and at most 9 CSS declarations. So this is a combination of this pattern that I found online, and this color scheme, which is a bit more lively, and is already in the CSS right here. As you can see, we have a single div, that's all we'll be using, so now we can just maximize the CSS panel. So we'll be starting with a unit size, and this is going to be the size of a cell that contains one of those disks. Let's say it's going to be 5 ems, and we're going to have 6 of them along each edge, so n6. So then we're going to have a dimension, which is going to be n times the unit. So on our div, we'll be setting a width equal to that and a height equal to that same thing. Then we can set a background that's going to be a radial gradient, and here we'll be using those colors from. Okay, now having done this, we'll also be setting display grid here, and then we'll be having before and after, and of course we need to set content, because otherwise nothing will show up. And we'll also be giving them a background, a radial gradient background, but we'll be using those stops from there. So let's just replace that part. Okay, and as you can see, we have the before and the after, but we want them to overlap and cover their entire parent. So to do that, we need to position them on the same row and on the same column, both on the first row and both on the first column. And now they overlap, as you can see right there. So now we'll be using a mask, and this is going to be a radial gradient, and it's going to be transparent up to a certain point, let's say 30%, and then we'll be having a red 0 up to 50%, and then we'll be having transparent 0. And this should give us something. As you can see, we have jagged edges both on the inside and on the outside, and to fix that we're going to use a calc. So that's going to be 30% plus 1 pixel, and of course here we'll be using a calc 50% plus 1 pixel. So now that we've done this, we need to give them a smaller background size. So the background position is going to be 0, 0, and the background size, so let's compute it here, is going to be 100% over the number that we have along each edge, so that's going to be n. And by the way, we need to set this along both axes, because if we don't, the background size vertically is going to be 100%. So yeah. Okay, so we got that part. Let's align this nicely, because I don't know, it scratches my retina when it wraps. Okay, so having done this, we'll then be having repeating gradient, but this is going to be not a linear one, it's going to be a conic one. So we'll be having red from 0 to 25%, and then we'll be having transparent. We're going to have a sharp transition there, and we'll be going up to 50%. Okay, and we want to have mask composite, and this is going to be intersect, right? So it's going to look like this. Okay, then we'll be having another repeating gradient. This time it's going to be a linear one, and let me just show you a little bit. So here, if we go diagonally, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically we're going to need to double. So we're going to so the percentage up to which it goes, it's going to be 100% over twice n. So we're going to need to double that. So this is going to be red, transparent, red again, and it's going to go up to that percentage p. So here it should be 0, and of course we want it to be at minus 45 degrees. It should look something like this, and of course what we want is not intersection, we want to have subtraction here. So Let me show you this without this part. So let's remove the intersect as well. So now that we have subtract, as you can see, we have those stripes. But what we actually want is to go up to a certain offset. So let's put everything back, right? And let's create that offset. So let's say this is going to be something like 3 pixels. Yeah, of course, I need to learn how to type. So up to 0 and that offset, and here we'll be having a calc, and that percentage P minus the offset. So now that we've done this, and of course this is going to be a sharp transition there too. Okay, it's starting to look like something. So now on the after pseudo element, we'll be having transform, rotate 90 degrees. So this should do it. Okay, now let's do something in terms of layout. So body, we're going to set display grid, we're going to set place content, center, and let's set the height, full height, so that it's a viewport height. So that's in the middle vertically. Okay, let's also set margin 0 to get rid of that scroll bar. Let's also set a background, but for that we'll be using this color right here. Okay, like this. Now something else we can do is just get rid of this right here and set it as a padding to half that size. Okay, so yeah, this pretty much does it. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 CSS declarations for this part that actually it's the part that I asked about in the tweet. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you like the work that I'm putting out for more than 8 years now and you want me to be able to do more in the future, please consider supporting it. You can do so by being a cool cat and becoming a patron on Patreon. The link is going to be in the description. Or you can get me something off my Amazon wishlist. Again, the links are going to be in the description. Or you can at least share this to show the world what can be done with CSS these days, because honestly I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.